Alright guys, so I just want to give a quick review of the Sony G Master FE 2.8 70-200 lens. So basically what I did is I threw a softbox. My daughter was sitting there, I threw a softbox up, sat in the same spot, shot 3 photos. The one at about 170 to 200 millimeters, the other about 100 to 135, and then the other at 70. So all the way zoomed out, halfway zoomed in, all the way zoomed in, and then adjusted the aperture. I adjusted the light for each stop down. So you'll see we started at f8, and then when I stopped down to 5.6, I dropped the light down a stop. It was a single light. There was a softbox sitting over here. So anyway, let's check it out. What I found is, so f8, all the way zoomed in, pretty much. Super clear, super crisp. And I'm simply looking at image clarity. So the lens overall performs better all the way zoomed in, which is interesting. So let's just look at f8 real quick. Here you can see the lashes. Still clear. This is still clear at f8. The focus seems to be a little more on the brow, but it's a nice clear image. And this is at 100 millimeters. And then we go out to 70, and you can see we lose some of that clarity. Now, granted, it's a further image, so maybe it grabbed focus, you know, on the pencil or her hand. That's a possibility. My goal was to shoot the eyes. So, you know, that's definitely a possibility. So we look at this f8. Now you can see the focus changed. We're down to 5.6, and so going back up, a little bit clearer at 5.6. That's probably just the change in the focus. Let's go back to about halfway zoomed in, and again, we might have grabbed focus. Nope, not on the pencil. Yeah, focus is maybe on the nose here. But the 5.6 halfway zoomed in is not quite as clear at a 5.6. That's two stops open. Then you go to the 200 millimeter, and that focus is just super clear. So the lens, to me, is performing better all the way zoomed in. I looked at DxO Mark's score, and he says it shoots best at I think it's 135 millimeters and at f2.6. Okay, so here's a 5.6. Here's a stop down to a f4. Pretty clear. I think maybe might be a little bit of focus on the nose there, but definitely not as crisp at a f4. F4 seems a little more crisp in the middle. Then, so here's a f4. Pretty clear, pretty good focus in the middle. You know, this is at 116 millimeters, and here's the same. This is f5.6 at 116. And you know, she was moving around. This isn't a end-all test. It's just a little sample. She was doing her homework, not really paying attention. I just told her, you know, look up real quick, smile. So there could be some motion blur there. Really, if I wanted to do this right, I would throw it on a tripod and have a little focus thing, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick sample. This is an amazing lens. Just the clarity. I mean, I've got one little light up, but I mean, look at the colors. By the way, none of these photos are adjusted. The only thing I've done to these, I haven't adjusted the exposure. I haven't adjusted anything. The only thing I've done is adjusted the white balance. These are all raw raw format, but I mean, this is just fresh out of the camera. If you know, you could definitely play with it and do some work, you know, with the exposure and all of that. But just fresh out of the camera, very nice images. Super happy with the lens. Okay, so now this is f2.8 200 millimeter. Now our depth of field is getting very short here, so you got to keep in mind that if I lose focus, it's going to get blurry quick. Just, you know, for example, you can see this is kind of already just to the side of the brow. And this is why I prefer, I generally like to shoot portraits in an f8. That way if I get in close and I'm zoomed in and I'm doing a close-up shot, you know, then at least from the nose to here will be in focus. Give me a nice little portrait. I generally won't shoot at a f2.8, not with studio lighting, unless for some reason I'm trying to really get a shallow depth of field. And then here's f11. I did f11 last. Pretty clear. This is a 200. Pretty impressive lens though. Super happy with it. That's 125 millimeters. And 70. So see, basically what I've noticed, I mean, it's still very clear, very crisp. What I've noticed, though, just looking at this image at 100%, is that the lens performs very well zoomed in. So it almost gets better as you go with it zoomed in, which is odd to me. I think that right at the midway point is where it would perform best, but the copy that I have, it's performing best all the way zoomed in. Super good lens though. I mean, even at its worst, I think that it performed worst at a I believe it was a f8, or no, an f5.6 at 70 mil. Let me see here. That's the f4 70 mil. Pretty good. The 70 mil did well, one stop up from its lowest. So f4 70 mil, nice. Here is, oh, that's at 116. I'm sorry. But still, there you go. f4 70 mil, pretty good clarity. Here, f5.6, not quite as good. See that? That's a 4. Here's a stop up, f5.6, right here. Not quite as clear, but still very nice. I mean, kind of getting picky here. And then here's a f8, another stop up. See, that's where it performed worse to me, is at a 70 mil f8. But still, I mean, very good image. And also, this is the image where I think the reason why it doesn't look so good there is because I grabbed focus on her hands. I mean, if you look at, you can almost kind of see her fingerprints there. So I think it grabbed focus here, not there. Anyway, very awesome lens. I'll show you guys some sample photos I did with it.